days on, what's the feeling around the group
About the game?
yeah, well, how he finished up?
Oh, look, really disappointed that we couldn't get the job done on Friday night. We were in the game early and certainly had control, probably right up until the last minute or so in that second quarter, and to let go of an opportunity like that, certainly from my experience, was disappointing, and the group is hurting from it. But I think we'll be able to learn some really good lessons that'll sort of fuel the belief and fuel the effort that goes towards the pre-season.
What's your take on the season generally? Leave Friday night out of it, man.
Oh, look, I think we've learned a lot and really progressed well. I think Ross used the term that we've evolved as a playing group and really sort of matured. And you take it back to 3 or 4 years ago when the club went to the draft and drafted a lot of young talent in that are driven and motivated. And I think we're starting to see some of those guys really develop in themselves and play some great football. And we're pleased with what we were able to achieve, but clearly we need to improve again and to really threaten for next year as well.
You mentioned Ross. Was there, and a lot of has been made through the season of his game plan, was there a game in your mind where it came together, and then, or was it just a series of building towards the finals?
There wasn't a game or a moment. No, I think way back to November, we'd obviously been really building and learning about what Ross was trying to implement, and it did take us a while to get accustomed to that. But I do think it was more of that involvement. It wasn't, the amount of hours that we spend out on the track and the amount of hours you spend in the lecture theatre sort of going through. It's not as if there was just a quarter or a click. It did happen through hard work and just a real application to task.
What about the Derby game, Pat? Was that, you say it wasn't a moment, but it seemed like that was when things were really came together on the field?
Look, I think we were just in a good patch of form. We really got together sort of about the halfway point of the season and started to really get some momentum going. And I don't necessarily think it was that particular game, but clearly that was a game we played well in. But yeah, it wasn't a standout from that perspective. It may seem that way externally, but it wasn't notified that way internally.
How physically drained do you feel at the moment? Are you pretty tired?
Yeah, pretty tired. Yeah, but that's an AFL season. We've been at it for sort of 10, 11 months really when you think about how long we've been we're going at it. And an AFL season is a marathon. It's hard work and, obviously getting a little bit older as well. So a few things to look and take care of in the next few weeks to make sure that I hit back to the pre-season ready.
Sorry, mate. Are you likely to have surgery, Pat, do you think?
Yeah. I'm heading over to Melbourne tomorrow, and I'll have 2 lots of surgery. So.
What are they?
It'll be a hip arthroscope and an Achilles operation. So.
Was it the Achilles you carried all year?
Yeah, pretty much.
And how do you manage that? Was it jabs or?
Well, through really good doctors and physios, really. Certainly there was some interventions along the way that assisted it, but I've been on this type of program now through a specialist in Melbourne and the guys here for quite some time, so it wasn't too dissimilar to what I've had in the past, but it just got progressively worse.
And how long will that keep you? I know that
I'm not really sure. Look, I'm Wednesday morning I've got the first meeting with the surgeon, so we'll find out a huge amount more then, but the initial advice is that it's sort of a 6 to 8 week back to full training, so it's not too bad, but Did
you have a choice to stop for a month and let it repair itself, or?
No, look, it wasn't really. Neither were going to get worse if I kept playing. Yeah. So that was the really strong medical advice that I wasn't going to do any more damage if I kept playing and training. But it may have made a little bit of a difference. But I'm an AFL player. I want to be out there playing every game when possible.
Did you feel it on Friday night?
Yeah, but I felt it for the previous 10 weeks. So
you didn't feel it any worse than a game against Geelong, for example?
No. Look, I think like with all injuries, there's sort of games where you're a bit better and you're a bit worse, and I was a little bit better for the Geelong game than I was on Friday night, but not much worse than I had been, over the previous couple of months.
What particular aspects of your game did it handle? Was it the twisting and turning?
Running.
Pretty important part.
Yeah. There wasn't anything particular, no.
And personally, how did you see your season, your form?
Look, I probably started slow. I probably mirrored the group, I think, the team in general. And I guess when you play forward, you are a byproduct of what happens up the field a fair bit. And I didn't have the greatest start to the year, but certainly felt as though that I really contributed towards the end of the year and had impact and influenced the games really strongly. So, it does give myself confidence, but also that hopefully the group that we can push forward and really perform well again next year.
All Australian team obviously been named tonight. A lot of people have headed across. You haven't. Is there a reason?
I haven't been. I'm not heading across, so I'm not sure what that means.
Did they invite you across?
No, I haven't been invited. No.
I'm staggered that you may not be in the All-Australian team, but what would your reaction be?
Look, we'll find out tonight. Individual awards and whatnot aren't, what I sort of play footy for. It's about the team success, and it's not a focus. I'm sure externally there might be some comments about it, but I'm just looking forward to having a break and getting ready for next year.
If you do get your seventh though, so you'd be the best of the modern players, how would you look upon that? You go past Judd and Scarlett. It's quite a featherly cap.
Oh, look, yeah. Again, it's nice to be recognised, but it's not something that's a major focus for me. I'm all about making sure this group continues to forge ahead, and we'll look our wounds and really relax and enjoy ourselves in the next few weeks. But we'll make sure the guys remain hungry and driven for next year.
Can you get sustained success with this group, Matthew? Given Sandlands, McFarlane, Pavlich are getting that year off, can you get sustained success with the group?
Well, that's the ultimate aim, isn't it? And that's why we keep fronting up and putting our bodies on the line and so just keep fronting up. So we're really confident that we can progress and evolve again and sort of get the success that we're all striving for.
Is that an evolution? Is that obviously with all the talk about the top four? Does that mean that that's the next step for you guys?
No, look, we're not focused on that. Right now, it's a good opportunity to sort of just reflect on the season past and learn what we need to really improve on. And next year, we obviously want to be vying again for in September. But what that means in terms of position, we'll deal with that next year.
You spoke about though how long it took with Ross coming in and the game plan, the benefit of another pre-season under him. How much will that impact next year?
Yeah, look, I think it'll help, but just because we played finals this year and just because we'll have another pre-season under Ross, it doesn't guarantee anything. So, the guys are hungry and really motivated to get this training and work extremely hard, but it doesn't guarantee success just because there's another pre-season under Ross, and we played finals this year.
And of the teams that are left, who do you think?
Look, hard to go past the Hawks. I would have thought, but you never know. Finals are really interesting, and you might get another surprise this weekend.
Have you got any holiday plans? The rest of the guys going anywhere?
Yeah, a few of the guys are going away in small groups and get an opportunity to get away. I might get up to sort of Vietnam or something like that. It hasn't been a focus because we wanted to keep worrying about playing footy and winning, and we'll deal with that over the next couple of weeks.
Can I ask you about Mad Monday? It's like a thing of the past now in footy circles, isn't it? What's the philosophy there or the thinking?
Oh, I think, generally speaking, teams and clubs have matured a fair bit, and we're big businesses now, so, the guys have been able to get together the last few days and enjoy themselves, but, there's a couple of big medical meetings and a huge amount of stuff to do today and tomorrow, and, it doesn't really mean that you can go out and have too many beers, really.
Do you think it's a good thing? Obviously, as a player, you've come.
Well, look, you need to be able to relax and unwind and enjoy yourself. But clearly, we're AFL athletes and professional sportsmen, so we've got to do our job.
Just one more from me, Pat. Sorry, Ross has said to boost the midfield is the key going forward to go to the next level. Do you agree with that?
Look, I thought the midfield group really came together towards the end of the season, and when Fife, Sandilands, Mundy, Barlow, we're all playing together. Muzungu, Pearce, Crowley. I think there's a really solid group there. But yeah, we'd like to see them improve again. Another pre-season in Stephen Hill, a full pre-season for Nat Fife. I think will really give us a great platform. But just because the midfield is unbelievably important in any game of footy, but we want to be able to defend well and score also. So we want to improve in all areas.
Matthew, would you like to see Adam McPhee continue?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been really wrapped with his season, and Adam brings a huge amount to the group from an experience perspective, and the guys see him prepare so well. We really hope he keeps playing.
Do you feel, you must do I suppose, but do you feel for Alex Sylvain, he's copped a week at this stage,
Yeah, okay.
and he won't obviously get the chance to play in the grand final if that's not challenged.
Yeah.
And he copped a bit of a caning last on Friday. The coach supported him. Do you feel a bit for him in those sort of
situations? I know both he and Nick were really keen to play in the grand final this weekend, and we rate the Waffle really highly, and we think we've got really strong relationships with the Waffle Club. So I know they were both keen to get out there. So it is disappointing for him if that is the case.
Yeah. One last one. Would Goddard look good in purple?
I'm not sure. Look, I have no idea of any of those rumours or whatnot. I literally have just finished a footy season, so wouldn't mind relaxing and focusing on a few other things for the time being. And whatever happens there, I'm sure you guys will be on it before I am.
Do you know if Luke McFarlane got an invite over East?
I believe he's on a plane as we speak, so it's great. That's fantastic. Hopefully, he's had such a wonderful year, and he's had a wonderful career. He's probably been knocking on that door for a long time, so I'm wrapped for him, and it's thoroughly deserved.